What's up, everyone? It's Azora Hype here, and I'm super excited to be hanging out with you guys. And tonight, guys and gals, I should say, and tonight we are going to talk a little bit about Game of Thrones Season 8, talk a little bit about the news that's been going on, and of course, get hyped together and throw down some predictions. I'm going to answer some of your questions. We're going to talk a little bit about where the channel is going to be heading in the new year. That's going to be really fun. And yeah, we got to catch up because it was the holidays. Been gone for a little bit, spent some time with family, and I'm assuming that most of you got to do that as well. So let's check out who's in the chat right now. Let's go all the way back up. We got Peagle Pete, we got Rhonda, we got Jacob Morris, we got WS Moon, we have Studley Constable. What's going on, man? Michael Smith, we have Mia Ice and Fire. What's up, Mia? Nice to see you. We also have Michael Smith. Did I say Michael? We have the Drowned God of Tits and Wine. I love that name. That's a sweet one. We have Eduardo Blanco. We have Mel of Winterfell. We have Faye Vaylor, Demon Forest, Shark Vaders, and Davis. I know everybody. I got to watch a few episodes of the marathon for Game of Thrones. I'm behind though, but yeah, I've been trying to watch some of season 1 and getting back into it. We got Ali up in the house. We got James coming to hang out. What's up, James? We got some people from Wales, UK. I know some of you. There's someone from Croatia in the chat. I know all of you are from all over, which is sweet, coming to hang out with me on a Friday night. I figured that I come hang out. I'm going to go out tonight and hang out with some friends. That's going to be really fun. It's been really, really cold here. Lands of Always Winter confirmed. It's been minus 30 for like the past 3 days. Minus 30 2 days ago, minus 33 yesterday, and it was like minus 30 today again. So yeah, you won't see me leaving the house much. Otherwise, I'm turning into a White Walker. I mean, you know, I got the blood in me. So it's been crazy cold, crazy, crazy, crazy cold. Yes, down got some tits and wine. But yeah, let's all get into some questions and whatnot. Watchers on the Wall, of course, is putting out some cool stuff for Game of Thrones Season 8. There's always, I mean, the news this year has been scaled down quite a bit. I know there's plot leaks out there. I actually think that they're not that accurate. I don't agree with them. I'm not going to get into them just yet, but I might be tempted to slay some of them and kind of get into them. But I want to focus on just keeping things naturally with my own predictions. Like I said, I think this year they actually got the plot leaks handled. I don't think they're going to get too much right. I think there will always be some speculation that we do get right, but yeah, that's been kind of what's. Oh, Shark Vaders. Oh, we have George Sartiano in the chat. What's going on, George? I know George has been working hard. Nomad. Oh my God, please, minus 35 here yesterday. Hey man, I'm telling you. We get minus 40 at least a couple times a year up here. Giorgio. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to hang out for a little bit. I got about an hour or so to hang out, and I'm thinking that we can get some questions and just hang out. All right. Everybody, the sound is good. I look good. All right. Watched Doctor Who Science for Doctor Who as they were filming in South Wales. She's a great new doctor. I haven't got a chance to check out the new Doctor Who. George is a good, George is a huge Doctor Who fan. Did we get to see anybody at Dragon Con from Doctor Who? John Barrowman used to be in Doctor Who, or one of its other shows, right, George? We got to hang out with him a little bit. Thought it was bad there in Michigan. Yeah, man. You know the crazy thing is I'm right on Lake Superior, so we get some pretty bad wind chill, and that always makes it worse. George is still wearing shorts and t-shirts. This is why he's banished from the lands of always winter right now. Well, thanks for joining, everyone. Like I said, we're gonna hang out for about an hour. Get some questions in. I wanted to pop in with you guys. I know I haven't been around much lately. So that's something that I want to do is make sure that I'm checking in with all you guys, like, you know, that I'm alive and the content is still coming. Winter is coming. Sound good? Kyle looks good. Wine is good. All good. Hey, that's a pretty good combination. Sounds poppy, yeah. I've been playing around with my mic and trying to. We've had sound issues. Knock on wood. Before, so. Oh, did I screw up the audio now by touching my mic? Just great. No. Did I just curse myself? No way. Please say that I didn't. Your sound's not right. Is everybody trolling me right now? Please say no. Oh god. You guys are trolling me, right? Okay, let's see if we can fix this. Is it better now? You know? Sounds like Mr. Roboto. Oh my god. Oh, I always curse myself. Is that better now? Is it working? Are we good to go? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? All right, there we go. We got it. We got it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about season 8, everyone. Sorry about the sound malfunction. The great other was warging into my microphone. Let's just say that. Let's talk a little bit about season 8 and some of the characters like Brienne of Tarth. I want to kind of get into. I want to talk a little bit more about like the Podrick Paynes of the world and those kinds of characters, because I think if we are getting 90-minute episodes, hopefully these characters won't just be written out of the story. We know that these characters don't have as much significance as, say, like a Jon Snow or Daenerys might have not as big of an impact on the story, but they're still integral parts of each story. So let's get some questions in, and what we're going to do is we're going to start the Q&A right now, and we'll just kind of flow through it. So first person that gets the question in, we'll start with that, and we'll kind of just flow with the conversation. All right. Kyle, have you seen Talking Thrones video? The prince that was promised must be given to the Night King. To be honest, I haven't seen Talking Thrones videos for quite a while. I'm trying to stay away, honestly, from most of the YouTube content. I'll watch Gemma's chapter redo stuff, but honestly, I'm just trying to stay kind of in my own little bubble so I don't get influenced by the other stuff that's out there. But no, I haven't. What's the premise of it? That Jon or Jon and Daenerys' child has to be given to the Night King, or Jon has to be given to the Night King? Because I disagree with that. I don't think that's what's going to be happening. Aaron says, Theon and Yara got caught filming. What do you think? I think they're totally going to, I think they're totally going to be doing something in season 8 together. Probably early on in the season, we're going to see some sort of attempt from Theon to go rescue his sister. He knows how important she is to the Greyjoys moving forward, and possibly being a part of the community of Westeros. I think that they can't always just be cut off and survive, because we know that we do not. So there isn't a whole lot of trees on Pike. So I think that it's really important that Theon and Yara get together. I'm kind of on where Euron might be able to cut her tongue out or do something like that, where he maims her, and then Theon's gonna kind of have to be her voice. She's still able to reproduce, and Theon is able to have that democratic influence. Theon, the latecomer, he's able to get everybody excited about what Yara Asha's vision was. And then they try to instill that. But I think that the Ironborn, their fleet is going to be integral. I think they're actually going to have some sort of escape from the north at some point, because I think the north is going to get overrun. And I can foresee a situation where Theon and Yara, if Theon does rescue Yara, but possibly Theon comes and rescues some people with the fleet. How does Theon find Yara? Well, we don't know where Yara is being kept right now, right? Is she on Euron's ship? Is she in the Black Cells of King's Landing? We don't really know, because they left that open at the end of the season. So that's something that we kind of got to explore as well. Where is she? I'm thinking that she's probably going to be kept with Euron right now, because Euron is he has an invested interest in her. You know, obviously. He's pretty sick in the head. I'm sure he's doing all sorts of terrible things to her. Also, another thing too is that we know that Cersei and Euron had their plan with the Golden Company, and they made sure that Jaime wasn't part of that. So Jaime, that was part of the reason why Jaime was like, we can't turn our back on the Starks. Like, this is legitimate. We just saw a member of the army of the undead. So that's going to be a thing too. So how the Golden Company gets into it, I'm not sure how much time they will take expediting the actual story, getting from where. I'm assuming they probably won't take too much time in going to get the Golden Company and bringing them back. I'm assuming that they're going to make it back to King's Landing, and there's going to be a scenario where Cersei is going to be all paranoid like the Mad King and closing the gates off, and then, you know, possibly the people like the Brienne, Sansa, and all of them have to fall back to King's Landing, and that's a stronghold that could possibly protect them. And Cersei's not having that, and then they have to get rid of Cersei. I think that she's going to die at some point in the season, but I think that one of Theon or Yara is going to survive for sure. That's definitely a thing. Hey, Cecily, hello from Madrid. What's going on? Enjoying the great vibe? Yeah, this is the best I felt in a long time, physically and mentally. I'm feeling really good. I've changed up my diet a little bit. I'm trying to lose a little weight, going to the gym a little more. And I found the weirwood has been helping me out quite a bit too. So, but the winter cold kind of can come down on you sometimes and get you down. Eduardo says, do you think Brienne will survive? That's a really good question. I think one of Brienne or Jaime survives. One has to live without the other and kind of live on with the it's this thing, living on with the idea or the something that the other person wanted to accomplish. Like we go through these different waves in the person's story. Obviously everybody's kind of going through their own little hero's journey, or what they believe to be a hero's journey. And I think Ice and Fire obviously is happening. There's cold points and hot points in their stories. So I could see something coming full circle, or Jaime, I don't think Jaime's going to survive. So I think my answer to my question is going to be yes. I think that she's one of the very few skilled fighters that are left that we're going to see fight against the White Walkers. That's going to be really interesting. We never, really got to go see her up north and whatnot, because she was in other places. But yeah, so it'll be really interesting to see how that goes down. But I think she's going to survive, and it's going to be sad because Jaime will be gone, and they will have finally reciprocated their idea of love to each other. I don't know if they'll necessarily sleep together or anything like that, but they will let their feelings be known for each other. And I think that there's going to be a lot of that happens, right? I mean, in times of war, you kind of want to let the people that you care about know that you love them. So, yes, I'm going to say that I believe that Brienne survives, but Jaime doesn't. Will we see Dolores Ed in season 8? Absolutely, yeah. I believe he's. I was just looking at a Watchers on the Wall article. He had an interview where he was talking about where they could go with Dolores Ed, his character in season 8, and I think. I mean, the wall's fallen, so we've got to kind of have some fallout from that. There's not very many Night's Watchmen left, so that's a huge thing that we have to focus on. I mean, the realm that guards. The Night Watch guards the realms of men, so that's a huge thing. Maybe it will be rebuilt in the end. I don't know if there will be a Night's Watch or if there will just be the realm of men. They will have come to the conclusion that they all need to support each other. It will be really interesting to see. Muse Ingénue, bonjour, comment ça va? Lola Dixie, what's going on? Amberlynn McKay, what's going on? Here we go. Yeah, Michael Smith. I think the leaks are fan fiction. There's like 5 different leaks right now. Crips of Winterfell, what are your thoughts on the different colors of Dragonglass? Do you think Benjen was saved with a different color of Dragonglass than the Night King? No, I think it's the same. I do think that the Night King is the only one with the Dragonglass in his heart. I believe that he made the other White Walkers, like we saw with the ceremony in season 4. Or was that season 3? I think it was season 4. Early on in season 4, when the White Walker brings the baby to the ice altar. That's going to be really interesting to see. That's one thing I do really want to see too. Is I think we all want to know more about the backstory of the White Walkers. Who is the Night King? Obviously, was he a Stark? Was he a Bolton? Was he a Hornfoot? Was he someone important? Was he a King of Winter? Was he a Lord Commander of the Night's Watch? Was he a descendant of Bran the Builder, something like that? And I think he's going to end up being a Stark. That's going to be the twist where Bran and Jon Snow and Daenerys are going to be going against this ancient Stark. And we've always looked at the Starks as kind of the good family in the story. So I think that's going to be kind of a little twist where the White Walkers are looked at like this evil force, and the Night King is a Stark. So that'll be interesting. But I'm assuming that we're going to get more flashbacks in season 8. We've been getting more and more magic and more supernatural elements every season. So I think that with 6 episodes left, they're going to have to tie this up, obviously. And if they're going to have 80 to 90-minute episodes and dragons and Bran and Jon Snow and all of that, they're going to have to really flesh out most of the lore because they got to tie everything up. So it's going to be really interesting. But I mean, I don't think it's different Dragonglass, but we are probably going to see more being made because we have Drogon and Rhaegal left, and possibly Valyrian steel even being made. So that's going to be something that's really interesting. Alpin Tiger says, "Hey, Brienne having a baby from Jaime. That'll be sweet." I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Pamela Mertz, opinion on the leaks that have come out so far. Misty Palmer, how will the first meeting with Sansa and Arya go with Dany? That's going to be really interesting. I think at this point, all the slack that Jon gave Sansa, I think that she's going to cut him some slack because she was left in charge after he left, and we saw how much Jon did for her. So I think that despite what people think about Sansa, I think people are really stuck in the vein. Well, they're stuck in the past with judging Sansa, what she's done over the first few seasons of a Game of Thrones. I think that that's really going to change. Arya, I'm not so sure. I think we're going to see her have more of an interaction with Sandor. Obviously, I'm unbiased though, but they're both similar in ways because they're both kind of warriors, right? They're not in the same mold that we see some of the women in a Game of Thrones, right? So that I think both of them are actually going to get along with Daenerys. I think all the Starks will be in support of whatever makes Jon happy because Jon hasn't had a lot of happiness. So that's something that I think that's something that we're going to see. Will the Golden Company commander have a Valyrian steel sword of Blackfire. That would be interesting, James. I think it would be cool. I mean, we need more Valyrian steel to fight against the White Walkers. It would certainly be an interesting way to insert it. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. But they've cast a great actor for that, so I'm hoping that I'll say that I'm hopeful that we do see that, because there is no Fagon Targaryen in the show. They definitely don't have enough time to do that anymore. We're going into the last season, right? Thoughts on D&D directing the final episode? I'm super excited. I mean, listen, people, you can have some differences. I totally understand the people that enjoy the books more than the show. That's totally cool. For me, you guys know me. I'm an optimistic guy. I try to focus on the things that I enjoy and focus on that. Like, I'm not going to talk about Dorne for 2 hours. This is no point in me putting a bunch of energy in that and really being negative about it. Most of you have come here for my positive energy and my excitement about the things that are awesome in the show. So here's the thing. Without Dan and Dave, we wouldn't have Game of Thrones. And I think they've done an absolutely fantastic job in the castings. Look at the locations that we've got to see. I mean, some of us have got to travel there. I'm gonna be traveling there to these locations at some point. It may not be next year, but I mean, it's one of my goals to go out and seek out these places. And I think because we are so attached to this story and these characters, George has created this amazing world for us. I think that we feel a little bit more entitled, but I have faith in them because I think their vision is going to be instilled. I think it'll be a little bit different than the books, but I think that we'll come to the same conclusion. A few different people will die and whatnot in different ways. And that's okay, though. You know what I mean? But I actually think we're spoiled. Like, Game of Thrones is one of the best TV shows of all time, and people are still complaining. That's the thing. You can't please everyone, right? Would I love Miguel Sapochnik to direct the last episode? Hell yeah, I would. But I'm totally okay with Dan and Dave doing that. So I have no problem with it. Some people do. I don't, because look at what they've accomplished so far. Hype. That's right. Okay, sorry. I missed a bunch of questions, guys. Sometimes I go on a little longer tangents about certain questions because you guys know me. I'm passionate. But if I didn't get to your question earlier, just repost it. I'll try to get to it. I'm going to be, what was it, 6:57? Yeah, we'll go for a little bit longer then. We can go for about an hour and a half tonight. Q&A, what will the Red Priestess role be? What special kind of, do they have special kinds of magic? Yeah, I think that we are going to see the Red Temple in Volantis, the great Temple of R'hllor. I'm not sure if we'll see Kinvara again. There was something going on with that actress where she released some of the information from the script, so I don't necessarily know if we'll see her. It's possible that we see some of the other priests that were involved in some of these gathering of crowds and whatnot, getting the people together to spread the word that Daenerys Targaryen is Azor Ahai return with dragons. But I do think that Melisandre will come back, pardon me, with the fiery hand. And there's 1,001 soldiers, always 1,001. And basically, they serve the Red Priests of R'hllor. I think they're going to come over with a bunch of Red Priests, and there will be kind of this. Because I know there's going to be more supernatural elements in Season 8, so we've got to think that they got to wrap that up, too. They can't just leave us hanging with that. I'm not necessarily saying that there is a red god, that there is a great other, whatever, because we know that we create idols, humans create idols to feel secure in some sort of ways. But I do think that they will have some sort of role to play. Obviously, Melisandre is very instrumental in Jon Snow coming back. I think that the burning of Shireen and Jon are connected. Melisandre being there when Jon was resurrected was important. Davos obviously is important as well, but I think that they will play an important role. I think they're going to need all the men and women they can get in the fight against the dead, army of the dead. So to answer your question, what are their roles going to be? I think they're going to revive some people. I don't know if it's possible to revive other people because Jon Snow is kind of special, but we'll see. I think that they're going to be needed. Inspiration for sure. Rose, Rosemary M. What character storyline are you most looking forward to seeing the end of in season 8? Jon Snow. Jon Snow for sure. I really see a lot of George Washington in Jon Snow. I see a lot of the King Arthur fables in Jon Snow. I think that he's going to end up being king in the end. It's going to be sad. I think the kingdoms will be split into 4: east, west, north, south. And I think that he will be in the north, probably with his and Daenerys' child. That's the story I'm most invested in because I want to see him achieve some level of happiness. All the sacrifices that Ned made and Rhaegar made, and all of these people. I know some people are going to say, "Well, sacrificed Rhaegar." Yeah, he sacrificed a lot. A lot of people have died in war because he loved Lyanna. So what I want to see is, I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but I would love to see Jon have some semblance of happiness in the end. I don't know. I think it'll be bittersweet for him. It'll be a sadder destiny because I personally think that Daenerys is going to die, but that's the one I'm most invested in. Now, you guys are probably saying, "What about Sandor?" And you guys know I love Sandor, but I mean, if you think about the most important person in the story, I want to see Jon Snow happy, man. Ugh, please. But we may not get that. We'll see. The way it's going, they're setting it up like Daenerys is gonna survive. I don't know though. There's been a lot of people that have died in childbirth. So Barrack and the kiss. Yeah, that's an interesting too. The kiss. I don't know if they're gonna do that. I'm assuming that Barrack doesn't survive the whole season. I mean, how many times has he died? He'd be willing to give up his life. In that scenario, we know that Thoros is gone now, so there's not many of that little group left. But yeah. Yeah, so Melisandre is going to go to Volantis to get the fiery red hand. Did Cersei make Nicola? Did Cersei make a critical mistake by paying debt to the Iron Bank? A critical mistake. Geez, yeah, I don't think there's any real situation where she has leverage because the Iron Bank has so much money. Think of the Iron Bank as the Medici Bank from the 1500s. I don't know if it's a mistake, but I don't necessarily know that the Iron Bank really cares unless they have their money. You know what I mean? They're like a giant corporation. If you guys have watched Mr. Robot or you pay attention to what's going on in the world right now, we see that giant corporations kind of run everything because they have the most capital and they have the most power. So I think that the Iron Bank, while they have an invested interest who is there, I'm certain they can certainly eliminate her if they wanted to. With the Thesis men, they've had connection. I mean, they're right in Bravos, right? They're connected. So, any news on the Successor series that was confirmed by Germ for Game of Thrones? I think what they're going to do is this. Anybody that watches Vikings, I think they're going to do the conquest of Aegon Targaryen, and then they're going to do the Targaryen histories, and they'll have him and the Blackfire rebellions and all that, and they'll kind of, you know, how they introduce Ragnar's children and all that, and it'll be like 6 or 7 seasons, and we'll see kind of time jumps. I think that's what they're going to do. I could be completely wrong though, but that's something that I would love to see. I mean, you guys know me. I will literally take anything Game of Thrones. I mean, the chance for me to discuss it more, I'm all for that. So, yeah. That's what I would like. I mean, I would personally love Dunk and Egg. I just don't know how that would translate. I know a lot of people think that would be the next best choice because it would be like the adventures of Arya and Sandor again, kind of like 2.0. But I don't know. I mean, to each their own. I'm just happy that they're actually doing a spinoff. Like, let's get more of that. We definitely need more information though. Yeah, Ali, we talked about it a little bit. Did you see the episode leaks that are circulating? I'm not sure if I believe them, and I'm not going to get into them much. I think they have everything under wraps. I actually think that this year they are purposely putting out stuff to confuse people. I think we're going to be surprised in season 8. I think that they know that season 8 is really important to finish the story without like everyone getting everything right. Well, some people are absolutely going to predict the ending, but I don't think that every little thing is going to get out there, because last season, I mean, the leaks were really accurate, right? But for me, I'm staying away from that. People have tried to ruin it in the comment section for me already, and then I was like, okay, I read it, and I'm like, no, I don't believe it. But yeah, there's no way I am going to read episode 6, 7, or 8 plot leak, anything like that. There's no friggin' way. James Barnum, were the Kings of Winter and Lords so important in the crypts? Will they come to House Stark? Help? Yeah, this has been asked a lot. Will they show up kind of like a Return of the King, Lord of the Rings type scenario with Aragorn? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that'll happen. It would be interesting if it did. We certainly had callbacks to Lord of the Rings in the show. We had last season the Knights of the Vale show up, like the Knights of Rohan, the Riders of Rohan. That was definitely a thing. Then we obviously saw Jon Tormund and Wynwyn going off and chasing after Ramsay Bolton, kind of like what happened in the Two Towers. So it certainly could happen. I just don't know if it is. I think that would be. I think we're more likely get hype about that. I think we're more likely to see a vision with Ned where Bran brings Jon into the Weir Net. I think that's more possible. Muse says Kyle Vikings. I would love the actor who played Ragnar to play Rhaegar. Yeah, I mean, he's a really good looking chap. I'm trying to grow my Viking beard right now. So, quick question: is Arya still obligated to kill Sandor? No. I mean, did you see the interaction with the waif? Go back and watch that. She cares about Sandor. They both care about each other. Is Brienne related to Duncan the Tall? Yeah, she has lineage. Kristen says, back in season 3, Arya tells the Hound that she is going to put a knife through his eye in the back of his skull. Do you think this foreshadowing? He will be a white and she will kill him? No. I think that Sandor is going to die protecting Sansa or Arya, and he's going to use fire to kill some whites. Or maybe even possibly kill a White Walker. I would love to see that. If Sandor Clegane kills a White Walker, I'm getting a tattoo of it. I'm serious. Hound and Tormund spinoff, yeah, not gonna happen, but we can dream, right? Everybody spam some chicken emojis in the chat. If we Sandor and Tormund spinoff, that would be something that would be really fun. Is Bernie Sanders Azor High? No, I mean for the States. Man, I don't know. It's possible. I'm not sure how much anyone can do right now. All the corporation, there's so much corruption everywhere, so I don't know. Kyle, you turned Viking and I'll leave my husband for you? No, I can't accept that. I don't want to ruin a marriage. I think he'll kill his brother with fire. Flux has another one. I think that actually the Clegane Bowl can go down too. I think that Cersei definitely needs to be removed. And if that's going to happen, we got to think about this. Do we think that Sandor is going to be part of that? I mean, they set that up last season, right? So he's undead. Sandor saw visions in the flames. It's possible he's been, kissed by fire. What's up, Amy? I don't know what Nomad's putting money in and like ice kisses. I don't know what that is, but everybody gets we got Blackheart the Broken with the chickens down there. Yeah, I think Clegane Bowl's definitely going to happen. I think that's going to happen. There's for this, it might not happen in the books. It could be wrong about that, but I think for the show, there's just too much. A fight scene of that magnitude too. Oh, please, let's get that. And to get this and to get through Cersei, or to get to Cersei, pardon me, definitely need to get rid of the mountain. So we got to think about that. Stotley, let me ask you a question. Do you think Sandor can become a Red Priest? Think about it for a second, and then you have your answer. I don't think I'm going to answer that one because I think you know what I'm going to say. Thanks for coming, everyone. Really appreciate you all hanging out this evening. I am wearing a kind of fun shirt this evening. My Ruka hat and my Ruka shirt, my flowery shirt. I figured that since it's so cold, I would try to bring summer here myself. Katrin, Cersei and Jaime came to the world together, and I think they will go out at the same time. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility, like a Romeo and Juliet type of scenario. I don't think that Jaime would commit suicide, but you know what I would love to see, and I think this has happened on so many on smaller levels within the story of Game of Thrones and the Song of Ice and Fire. It's history kind of repeating itself, but in the opposite way that. So Jaime basically, let's go back to when Jaime killed the Mad King. He prevented the Mad King from lighting all the wildfire in King's Landing, saving basically 500,000 to 1 million people, right? And people call him the Kingslayer, even though he committed this thing for the people. He's still looked at in a negative light. What if he did the exact same thing to Cersei, he kills Cersei, right? But he has to light the wildfire that's left in King's Landing to prevent the Night King's army from getting so massive. So I think at this point, I don't know how far the White Walkers are going to get. I'm assuming they're going to get past the north. I don't know where they're going to go first. We know that the Night King now has a dragon, so it's possible that he goes somewhere else with his dragon and just like they get trapped in the middle or something like that. That would be kind of interesting, like a pincer move. We know that the White Walkers are intelligent. I mean, they were standing there with spears. They were waiting for them to come. We knew that. But I think that there could be a situation where Jaime does the exact thing that he was trying to prevent. That'd be cool. Ice and fire. Certainly. Things happen on different levels, right? It's like the thing that happened with Arthur Dane and Ned. Think about that. Howland Reed stabbed Arthur Dane in the back of the neck. Ned would have 100% be dead. The same thing happened with Jaime Lannister. Ned was besting Jaime Lannister, and then someone stabbed him in the back of his calf. It's like all these little parallels that are happening within the story that repeat themselves in different ways through different characters. I think there's going to be a lot of that in season 8. I'm actually going to be doing, I guess I can tell you a little bit of the stuff I'm going to be doing coming in the new year. I'm actually going to be doing some comparative analysis. So literature, how it influenced George, and what kind of literary influences he used within Game of Thrones. Aristotle is one. Dramatic theory, like dramatic theory in Greek tragedy. I would really love to explore that because there's a lot of that within Game of Thrones. And I certainly like exploring all the different POVs of the characters. All their perspectives are quite different, and some of them are similar as well. So I think that's going to be really fun. I'm going to start a whole new series and do like a multiple part series. So there's something that what I want is videos for you guys that you can come back and watch. And there's like, you can just sit down and like binge in an afternoon and have 3 hours of videos to watch. That's what I want. So that's going to be something. Me and my friend Max. Max is a literary genius. He works at the university here, studying to be a professor. We've been sitting down talking about Shakespeare and Game of Thrones and all sorts of different things that have influenced George, King Arthur, Roman myths, Ragnarok theories and stuff like that. So that I want to get more into like actual human history and mythology that George has pulled into the story, War of the Roses, stuff like that. And we can kind of better predict season 8 or where they might be going with the spin-offs going forward. So yeah. Amy says, I love a good YouTube binge. Do you think the Godswood will come and play? It's possible. I know that the Isle of the Faces is going to be huge. That's definitely going to be instrumental. I think that Bran has to go there. If Howland Reed is going to make an appearance in the show, he's going to be there probably, or bring Bran there. We got to assume that since now Bran has his skill. Well, now he's the three-eyed raven, and then we have Samwell looking through all of these books, and then Howland is kind of that third piece. He was there at the Tower of Joy, so that would be interesting to see that. WS Moon, interesting one. If Brienne is put in a situation where she has to choose in a split of a second who she would save, Sansa or Arya, I mean, she would save both of them. It's possible that does happen, though. She did promise Catelyn that she would do that. The funny thing is that Jaime and Brienne both promised Catelyn And yeah, there's a lot of references, and me and Jonathan, Mr. Skillen, who comes in the chat sometimes, were talking about Sandor the other day and where his story might be going. Bran's kind of in a similar situation where they're guardians for the Stark girls. I think that hopefully there's no more Starks that die. I think we've been put through enough. I think most of us would agree with that in the chat, but I don't know. I mean, it's possible that we lose another Stark. I mean, George is ruthless. Not really laughing. I'm really hurting. If another Stark dies, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry anyways after the final season, for sure. Q&A, Lola, do you think it's possible Littlefinger still has plans in motion that still need to bear fruit, like Beyond the Grave or One Last Play? No. He's done. At least in the show. I don't know. He might have something else happen in the books. I don't know. I don't think anybody respects or cares about him that much. I mean, all his power will be gone when he's dead. So he won't be around to do anything. Yeah, can't do anything about it. Those little birds would just take all his money. I don't know. Kyle, Crypts of Winterfell, and go. I think Jon ends up there at some point. Probably in the final couple of episodes, or maybe Jon even gets buried there. That could be something that happens. Jon finds peace. If he does die, he's ending up in the Crypts of Winterfell. That's something that I think about. There could be something deep below in the Crypts of Winterfell. Maybe there could be, or there could be something with Lyanna's statue. That could be interesting, or something to do with Lyanna. Or Jon maybe finds his own gravestone down there that Ned made for him, but it's hidden. And when Robert came, they didn't see that, and he put him with the Kings of Winter because he knew that Jon was royal blood, so that could be a thing. That'd be interesting. And Jon finds us his real name from that. That'd be cool. But something definitely. I mean, the crypts are important. They're going to be there. They were there in the first episode, and they will be there in the last one. Why didn't the Night King kill Jon? He has 3 chances. He allowed his general to die. Hardhome. He had a big stare out in season 7. He could have healed. I mean, here's the thing. The Night King's army, he can just keep on replenishing his ranks because he's using necromancy, right? He's essentially just turning the wheel, and his army's getting bigger. I think that we think of the White Walkers as these mindless beings, but there's this level of intelligence that we don't quite understand yet. I know that's going to be explored in season 8. It's 100% going to be explored in Bran's storyline specifically, I think, through flashbacks. We'll find out who the Night King is and maybe what some of his motivations are. I mean, think of it this way, too. You got to think that if you were in that situation, whether you were good or bad, from your own perspective, you were made into the Night King, would you be happy or mad about that? I mean, sometimes I love to think that I would love to be immortal. I know that's not going to happen, but I mean, what does he think about it? Did he have a loving family? Was he a king? Was he a Stark? Was he a Lord Commander? We don't know anything. So we don't, does he still have the ability to do that? I mean, obviously they are not able to speak. When me and George went to, actually, I talked about this quite a bit. When we interviewed Paula Fairfield at Con of Thrones, she said they explored the Scroth language that's in the books, like the ice crackling. They didn't want to do that in the show because they felt that speaking was beneath the Night King. So I think it would be interesting to see him speak. Maybe we will see like a little flashback like we saw Rhaegar, and we'll see him have a family, and then we'll see when the Children of the Forest first show up and kidnap him or something like that. And we'll see that the children really weren't that good. I don't think the Children of the Forest are the ultimate evil or anything like that. I know there's some theories out there talking about that. I don't believe that. But certainly we've seen a lot of gray area between characters, good and bad. Ice and fire. So, yeah. Bran can go to the crypts instead of Jon. Yeah. I mean, it's possible that Bran ends up in the tree in Winterfell too at the end. That would be cool. Bran becomes the 3-eyed raven, but in the tree in Winterfell, that'd be sweet. If Sandor turns into a white, I'll stop watching the show and write my own fan fiction and bury myself in fan fiction. I don't know. I really hope that doesn't happen because he's a big dude. We didn't see Hodor, so they didn't bring him back. But maybe they do for season 8. Maybe they do a bunch of callbacks and they try to get as many of our fan favorite characters in the show in season 8. That could be something that they're doing. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea, right? So we could see that. Kyle, do you think we'll see Varys back in the story like what he heard in the Flames? I don't think we're going to get that, but I think we're going to see him either get eaten by a dragon because he's betraying Daenerys in some sort of way, captured by Cersei, and then punished in some sort of way, or he's killed by the Army of the Dead because he's not a fighter. How was everyone's holidays, by the way? I had lovely holidays. I went out to the lake. My aunt, it used to be our family cottage, and my aunt and uncle converted it into their home. There's this Finnish, authentic Finnish sauna out there. It's really, really beautiful. There's an actual fireplace that's actually made with a few bricks from the Berlin Wall. My uncle got some of those, and I sat there and drank some wine and watched Elf and watched my little cousins open presents and stuff like that. That was really fun. We ate a shitload of food too. That was sweet. But how was everyone's holidays? Did everybody get to enjoy some time off and some relaxation with their families? Let me know if you guys did. Yeah, PC mentality. We were just talking about that. I mean, how Melisandre is like, yeah, I saw your death. It's going to be horrible. Think we'll see Lady Stoneheart from the books, Crypts of Winterfell? No, I do not. She's written out of the show. I had a sock live on air for that one. Remember? I don't know, or maybe you weren't around for that. The video is around somewhere on the channel. I definitely said I would eat a sock live on air. Blackheart the Broken. I drank rum for 3 days. Yeah, that's what's up. I love these Q&As. Is it 2019 or 2018 for season 8? James, it's 2019 confirmed. It's going to be. You know what I think would be really cool? 2019, we have it start the start of February, and then it ends right on the spring solstice. That would be cool because there's going to be 6 episodes. So I think that's what's going to happen. That's my prediction. With the Dream of Spring as the final name of the final book. It's a pretty decent prediction, right? The hype that was promised. Come on, guys. Azora hype's in the building. I'm back. Kraken rum is the best. I've had it a few times. I really like. I'm a huge whiskey guy. I love trying out those whiskeys. I've recently tried out some more scotches and some bourbons. I can't really decide what I like better because I haven't explored it enough. But I've always been a craft beer guy. So I worked in breweries and I bartended and served for a long time. I used to train bartenders and servers. That's what I did before I was doing this. Before I got hurt. So, but you know, rum is kind of more up my alley, I think, too. I do love the sweetness, but my tastes have changed too. I used to love darker beers, but now I love IPAs. Like I'm a huge IPA guy as far as craft beers go and whatnot. Canadian Club Classic 12-year rye, so good. Yeah, you know, 40 Creek is really good too. It's super smooth, like you can super smooth. It's got that chocolate vanilla note in it. Not like super sweet, but just that smooth chocolate vanilla note that you would get. Really good. One of my favorites. I'm not really huge in like I don't like caffeine at all. It makes me feel pretty ill when I drink it. So I used to love having rum and cokes and stuff like that because the two flavors are chocolatey and dark, but I can't do it anymore. I don't know. My liver can't. After all my drinking years in college, my younger years, I can't do it anymore. Cider drinker. My friend makes cider. It's delicious. If anybody still has any questions, we're going to continue this going for a little bit longer. We can do like another 20 minutes or so, and then I got to head out. But yeah, holidays were sweet. I ate way too much food. I got to get it back to the gym. I can't lift super heavy weights, but I have been making the effort to have been making the effort to get a little bit back in shape here. I can't, because of the 2 herniated discs on my back, I have to be careful that I'm not, like, squats are hard and whatnot. I'm just trying to get more flexible at my old age of 31. I'm like, I got like a Maester Aemon body right now. It's pretty bad. I haven't tried that, Eduardo. Dr. Pepper is delicious. I wish I could have it, but the caffeine just... That's sweet, Crips. You can get a nice buzz off half a light beer. 2 nights ago, there was a benefit concert from one of my my buddies that passed away from the music scene here in Sault Ste. Marie. I put down like 15 beers the other night. I'm still kind of feeling it now. They're like lighter beers though, 4.55%. James says, Kyle, when are we seeing you and Gemma and George again? Miss you 3 like brothers with no banners. I will need rehab if we don't see you 3 again. James, you're absolutely going to see us again. Gemma's been working really, really hard on her chapter stuff. George has been working like crazy. We are all going to be staying together at Con of Thrones in May in Dallas. So we're all, we check up on each other. We love each other. Just kind of doing our own thing right now. We will definitely be back together though. And George has a girlfriend. Gemma has a family. I'm a single guy doing my own thing. I'm actually been taking some photography classes and stuff, trying to up my photography game, and I'm learning how to better edit videos and whatnot. So we've all just been kind of busy doing our own things. I haven't done admittedly enough videos on the channel, but I'm like just chomping at the bit to create a new series and like just go at it every day for like 5 months. Like the thing is sometimes you need to kind of take a step back. Actually, for those of you who like interviews and podcasts and whatnot, I was on Justin Thomas's channel. I don't know if you guys have ever checked him out before, but if you guys go and follow me on Twitter, you can go in the comments section. And if you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted out earlier an interview. It was about 1 hour and 15 minutes, me and Justin talking about YouTube, my YouTube journey, Game of Thrones, content creation, and all that sort of stuff. So that might be something that you guys might be interested in. No, Matt, oh my God, kid, I'm 45. Yeah, sorry. I do troll my age. Will they make something more child-friendly? You mean the next Con of Thrones PC? Just let me know what you mean. Will we ever find out what Podrick did to those whores? I don't think so. We might see him, might see him like the last scene of him in the show, him going into a brothel or something like that. Like that would be cool. No message. Hey ladies, Kyle is single. Jump him. You know what? I'm actually happy being single. I'm patient. So, great news. Keep it to you, Kyle. Preston Roach. I listened to a theory video earlier. He believed that the Prince's Promise could be a gift to the others. Yeah, Preston. Craft beer, hashtag IPAs. Yeah, Californian IPAs are great. I really, really love Californian hops. I'm huge into German beers as well. I haven't seen Talking Thrones video. I'll probably go check it out at some point. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Because I think Jon is the prince that was promised. Well, Jon and Daenerys are the princess and the prince that was promised. So I don't think that either of them were promised to the others. It's actually possible that Rhaegar was Azor Ahai too. That's another thing, right? And that Jon is Lightbringer. That's a thing too. A spinoff? A more friendly spinoff? No. It's going to be on HBO. I don't think it'll ever be kid friendly. I mean, if it was Duncan Egg, it might be. But I mean, the reality is that George explores, like when you go in Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien has a distinct style, right? Like there's things that happen that are like really shitty, but George explores human history. Some of the things that are just that we don't focus on as much. We've had a really bloody human history if we think about it. There's been a lot of wars and a lot of stuff going on. So George explores a lot of that, a lot of anger, war, hate, dynasties, magic, exploring human consciousness. All of that is in the Song of Ice and Fire and in Game of Thrones. The last scene will be everyone suddenly dying. Then it comes to GRM smashing toys of all characters. Then D&D join in and everyone dies and roll credits. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but I think that's funny. Dunk, da dunk, da dunk, da dunk, just smashing everything. So what is everyone up to tonight? My friend's got a puppy. Oh my god, she's so cute. Like she grew twice her size already. And she's part German Shepherd, and she's got these floppy ears and these big paws, and she's really, really playful. I'm gonna go hang out. He works at the brewery, one of the breweries here in town. We're gonna go hang out and smoke a couple J's and just relax tonight. Keep warm. But his puppy is so cute. Oh my god. Yeah, he's actually does YouTube videos. Bush Trek Bush, and he does hiking videos around here where I live. Pretty sweet. Yeah, it's beautiful up here. Even though I hate the winter, there are some things that I do enjoy about it. Cooking and watching, awesome. What are you making, Missy? Nomad says, I watched Bright on Netflix. I haven't seen it yet. I've heard, I mean, it got pretty bad reviews, but I'm going to watch it anyways. You know, that doesn't stop me from watching a movie. Like, I still watch Justice League and all that, even though it got bad reviews. James says, if Braun is left in King's Landing, will he have a scene with Lena and Jerome Flynn? Now, I don't think we're going to get a scene with them together, but I'm wondering if Braun does survive the story. I mean, they really set up him getting a castle or something like that. I mean, they brought it up like, what, 5 times now? 6 times? So I would love to see him survive. I don't know if he does, though. He could be one of those characters that they kill off, and it's like, oh, because he's one of the fan favorites, right? Keep on working on your novel. Nice, nice. Philip? Hey, what's going on, Philip? Yeah, everything's good and everything's exciting, man. You know, I get excited about just about everything. I've just been writing and reading a lot. I've been reading Aristotle's Poetics. I've been meditating, doing a lot of yoga. I've been eating better. I've been smoking a lot of the Weirwood. I've been trying out new IPAs, hanging out with family, learning my camera. I've been listening to entrepreneurship and business podcasts. Geez, me and George are making plans for Con of Thrones and Dragon Con next year, catching up with old friends. I've been really busy. It's been really fun. And it wasn't so busy before that. So it's good. I have ADHD, so I get distracted a lot. So I need to stay focused and keep myself busy. Otherwise I'll become complacent. So I've just been focused on mindset. Mindset's been huge. I've been listening to podcasts on mindset, how to improve your mindset, bring more positivity in your life, cut out the negativity, how to surround yourself with more positivity in your life, how to be more productive, things like that. Like I said, a lot of reading, a lot of listening. Well, I try more like working on myself, self-improvement every day. That's kind of like getting a little bit better every day. I obviously have long-term goals, right? I'm thinking about all these things that I want to achieve, but I'm trying to achieve these small little victories every day right now. That's what I've been doing, and it's been really fun. It's been a challenge. The devil's lettuce is now called the other's lettuce. Chelsea. Hilarious. Katrin, I have to say good night. I will listen more tomorrow. Thank you so much for your support. Katrin's been pardon me, everyone. Katrin went and watched every single one of my videos. She went all the way back to the first one and watched every single one. So everybody, let's show some love to Katrin in the chat. She's a patron on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. And she's made so many donations. I think it's like 4 or 5 donations in a row. So she's cool. Thank you so much, Katrin, for coming to hang out. In my day, 4 fingers of Weirwood was $10. Yeah, it's crazy now. I don't really want to get into it too much, but I know my stuff and I get pretty good deals. I have a green card, right? So because of my back. All right, let's show some love in the chat. Okay, how many people do we have here right now? We have 47 likes. We have 57 viewers. Let's get it up to at least 57 likes right now. Everyone, let's go like the video. Come on. We're having a good time. Everyone's having a good time. We're hyped. Let's also show some love to everyone in the chat, not just Katrin, but Katrin is awesome. Let's spam some heart and fire emojis in the chat. And let's go for a few more minutes. Let's get a few more questions in. Come on. Everyone get hype. Let's do it. I gotta find this fire emoji. Oh, there's a muscle emoji. I like that one too. I'm such a noob at computering. Computering. I know, right? There we go. Who cares, Phil? Who cares, man? I don't. Man, I honestly that's one thing I've been focusing on too. One thing that I think is really important, and I think that, you know, I don't really like to brag, but I think that one thing that I've been really improving on lately is that I'm not putting any of my positive energy in. I'm not trying to waste any of that time. You know what I mean? I feel like time is precious. So for me, investing any time into that one, just like, I don't even care, man. That's actually motivation for me. I want to get more and more likes. So but it doesn't bother me anymore. You know, in the beginning, I used to think about like numbers of subscribers all the time and stuff, but I'm just worried about like legacy now. Like, what can I do over the next 5 to 10 years? Like, I've been thinking about that so much. Yeah, I'm just super excited for the new year. Like, I got so many awesome plans, and plans that I've started just recently. So yeah. What's my, okay, this is a great question, everyone. What's your ideal ending? I mean, would love a scenario where people are happy. I don't think we're gonna necessarily get that 100%. I think I would like all the Starks to survive and have their own like little lives or whatever. My ideal, I talked about it earlier. I want to see John happy. I would love to see John happy. But yeah. Oh, PC mentality. You notice my tattoo? Here, I'll try to show everyone. Yeah, it says Om Mane Padme Hum. The path to enlightenment is through compassion. Yeah. Kyle, would you have Stephen Fry do the last 2 audiobooks, or a cast member loved the audiobooks? Yeah, James. Do you have the Dunk and Egg audiobooks? That's my favorite. Actually, I'm lying. I love Roy Dotrice. Who would I have? You know, obviously Ian Glenn would be amazing. We can have Ian McKellen do that. The guy who played Bruce Bolton. He would be great. There's you know, Harry Lloyd, who played Viserys Targaryen, would be a good choice. I think I would use actors from the show. I mean, to be an actor, you obviously have to use voice, right? So that's something that's huge. I would definitely use one of those 3 maybe. But there's so many great choices. Hey guys, want to hear a joke? John has ants in his pants. Jon Snow has ants in his pants. Get it? Ants in his pants? Oh, sorry. Cast doing audio would be amazing. All right. Here's what I want to do. I want to spread a little bit of Christmas cheer here. I want to do a little giveaway. We're going to do an impromptu giveaway. Who would like, I'm going to do the first 3 people that say they would like this. I'm going to give away a Dance with Dragons audiobook and the Dunk and Egg audiobooks to the first 3 people that say they want them in the chat. So first 3 people that say they want the Dunk and Egg audiobooks and a Dance with Dragon audiobooks, let me know in the chat right now. Free stuffs. And go. Okay, Nomad, you're good? We got Nomad. Hit me up on Twitter. You follow me on Twitter? Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Holy jeez. I got so many. Oh, geez. There's so many. So we have Nomad wants them, James, and everybody just hit me up on Twitter, all right? You guys all following me on Twitter? Follow me on Twitter at AzoraHype, okay? I'm going to make a funny tweet. Here, one sec. I'm going to go make a tweet right now. Do all of you have Twitter? Do all of you guys and gals have Twitter? All right. So what you do is I'm gonna give it away to as many people as possible. Okay. Let's. I'm not giving away to 50, but I'll give away a few more. Everybody. So in the description of this video, if you hit me up on Twitter and you tweet me, hey Kyle, I would love Dunk and Egg in the Dance with Dragon audiobooks. Let me hit you up. I'll try to hit up as many people as possible. I'll hit up like the first 5 to 7 people. Okay. So we'll do that. Jesse, you do not have Twitter? Give me your email, Jesse. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to end the stream in a few minutes here, but I'm going to get some information from some people. What's your email, Jesse? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. In the comment section of this video, after it uploads, because it's going to take a few minutes after the video is over, in the comment section, I'm going to do the first 5 to 7 people. I'm definitely going to get you, Nomad, because you were the first one. And you guys let me know, and we'll get some audiobook hype for you guys, okay? But I want to do a little something. I'm definitely going to be doing some cool stuff for the patrons. I'm going to be giving away Game of Thrones Season 7 DVD. That's going to be going on soon. If you do want to become a patron, you can do anywhere from $2 and up. I'm doing actually a new segment I'm really excited about. It's called Ask Kyle, and you can ask me questions. I'm going to be doing more Q&As on the channel, not just in live streams, but I'm going to be doing edited videos too. I'm really excited to use my, I haven't used my $1,300 camera enough, so I've been like shaking my head at that, and like I really need to, obviously my webcam is okay, but to have a nice clear HD picture and be able to do that, I want to do that. So yeah, all my social media is in the chat, guys. Like I love to chat with you guys. I was saying this in the Justin Thomas interview. I think the biggest thing for me, the reason why I've got 17,000 subscribers and why I've been able to be successful has been able to connect with all of you. Like I'm a Free Folk member, you know what I mean? I came from Flea Bottom, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like investing in you guys, spreading that positive love and energy, and you guys giving that back to me, that's been absolutely amazing. It's been, there's been some tough times this year, but 2017 was transformational for me. And I am so, like, I never ever thought that I would have the opportunity to be pursuing my dream like this. You know what I mean? Being able to do journalistic things. I love to write. I love to talk. Obviously, come on. I love to chat and all of that. So, but yeah. So, if you want to support the channel, Patreon link is in the description of this video. You want to follow me on social media, Instagram is down there. I have my own Instagram connected with my Azora Hype channel Instagram. There's me playing guitar, cooking, hanging out with friends and stuff like that, so you can kind of get to know me a little bit better. Instagram is in there as well. My Facebook, Azora Hype Instagram, or Azora Hype Facebook is in there. Send me a message, chat with me. We'll chat about Game of Thrones. I'm cool with that too. Also, follow me on Twitter. I tweet out all sorts of stuff. I really like to, even though I'm not American, get into the politics and stuff, movie reviews, tweeting out like dog gifts and stuff like that. I'm weird. That and yeah. So, but man, see you later, man. But yeah, tweet me on Twitter at Azora Hype, on Instagram at Azora Hype, Facebook at Azora Hype, and then and yeah, we'll all chat. I'm gonna probably end it here. It's been really fun. Yeah, Flea Bottom, Flea Bottom, balls of brown, my friend. But I really appreciate everyone coming here today. Like I said, I really appreciate the support. It's been a super fun year. I'm gonna be doing a video tomorrow for you guys. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about because you gotta get hype when you see it. And yeah, so anybody who wants to reach out and hang out, social media is in the bottom. In the description of this video. Like I said, reach out to me. We'll hang out. We'll chat. And anybody that was looking for the Dunk and Egg audiobooks and the Dance with Dragon audiobooks, hit me up in the description of this video. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching me. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And I will see you all in the next video. I'm going to have to eat every fucking chicken in this room. 7 blessings.